formation. So read it very carefully and then answer. Question is asking, read the following statement carefully and choose the correct ones in relation to the concept of capital formation. So you have to find out which one the correct one statement. So read it by yourself. Let me know the option A, B, C, D is correct according to you. Then I will explain the question. So there are 7 statements, okay, that you have to answer from. Okay. So Ajay sir is saying D, first, second, fourth, fifth, and sixth. Okay, what about rest? Dhananjay sir is saying B or D, either B or D. Okay. Shraddha ma'am is saying B. Okay, chalo, let's find out the right answer. So when you talk about capital formation, what is the meaning of capital formation? Capital formation simply when you raise capital for any purpose, for the need of the investment. You want to start a business, or let's say you want to build your own house, or whatever the reason for which you raise the capital, that is known as your capital formation. Okay, so here the first statement is asking for the growth of any economy, capital formation is essential. Is it true? Obviously it is true. It is very important. If you want to have a economy growth, then you need a capital, because what happens when the people have money, they have capital, they will demand goods and services, and when they demand goods and services, it's very obvious there will be a production increases the GDP, and GDP increase the economic growth. And if you want to have economic growth, it is very much important you have a capital formation. So first is correct. Second is saying capital is the source of funds with which an entrepreneur is able to take the risk of setting up and operating a business enterprise. Is it true? This is also true. If I want to start a business, entrepreneur means the person who starts the business, the person who is ready to take a risk. So the capital is the source of fund which helps the entrepreneur to start the business. This is also true. The capital is available with person with wealth who have savings like entrepreneurs. Is it true? Obviously not. It's not true. Reason? Because the entrepreneur are the person who are the deficit of funds people. They are not the person with the surplus fund. Savers, or we can say the persons who have wealth, like individuals like us, we should be there. So third is wrong. Next we are talking about these persons with wealth, howsoever little it may, needs to be able to make the wealth available with the entrepreneurs who can invest the savings made available to them. Is it true? Yes, obviously it's true. Doesn't matter you have 500 rupees, 1000 rupees, or let's say lakhs or crores or rupee. Whatever money you have, that is your savings, and you let this wealth available for the persons who wants the money. Okay. Now, example of wealth possessors are individual, firms, corporate, government. This is true. Okay. Next we have these entities are also those who require finance for producing goods and services in the role of entrepreneurial business. This is also true. Okay. Next is saying wealth must therefore flow from pockets of deficit to pocket of surplus. No, it should be opposite, from pocket of surplus to deficit. It means the third and seventh statement is wrong, all the other are correct. First, second, fourth, fifth, sixth will be your right answer. And first, second, fourth, fifth, sixth is in the B option, we can see here. So right answer will be your B. Correct. So why the second statement is wrong? Sorry, third statement is wrong because it should not be entrepreneur, it should be individual firms, government, etc. Why the seventh is wrong? It should be flow from pocket of surplus to the pocket of deficit. Okay. So your right answer will be B option. Very good. Acha, do make sure you count how many answers you are given correct. Okay, do make sure you are counting how many answers you are given correct. Now, which among the following statement is are not correct in relation to the concept of Narasimham Committee 2? The statement not correct in relation to the Narasimham Committee 2. Let me know. Not correct about Narasimham Committee 2. So Narasimham Committee 1 and 2 are very important for us. Okay. Let me know the answer. Okay. So option number B, C, and A. Three options are coming. A, C, B, or C. Okay, so let's see. If we talk about Narasimham Committee recommendations are very important. There were two times this committee have been created for the financial sector reform. Financial sector reform mainly was for the banking sector. Okay, so first we are talking about it was formed in the year 1991. Actually, this first one is not correct because it was not formed in 1991, it was formed in 1998. In 1991-92, there was a committee 1, not a committee 2. So the first one is not correct. Okay, now second. The government appointed yet another committee under the chairmanship of Mr. Narasimhan. This is true because earlier also government have created a committee. Better known as the Committee on Banking, it was mandated to review the progress in the banking reforms and to recommend a path for further strengthening the financial system in India. This is true. Third is true, second is true. Now, fourth is saying the committee focused on various areas such as capital adequacy, banks, merger, banks, legislation, etc. It has submitted its report to the government in 1998 because it's a committee too. It means all the other statements are correct. Only first statement is not correct. So the right answer will be your B, only one. Only one will be the right answer for this question. Okay. Why? Because it was introduced in 1998, not in 1991. So right answer is B. Those who have said B, it is correct. Now, next question, a very small question that is talking about which among the following is a non-intermediary financial institution. Which of the following is a non-intermediary financial institution? Is it Punjab National Bank? Is it Adda? Is it NABARD? Is it SEBI? And non-intermediate financial institution. A and B, two options are coming. Do read it very carefully. It's a non-intermediate financial institution. If you are saying B, B is not a financial institution. B is a regulatory body that regulates the insurance market. It cannot be B. B is not a financial institution. Similarly, SEBI is not a financial institution. It's a regulatory body in the investment market. And now you have two options. It may be either PNB or NABARD. So PNB is a financial institution and it is a mediator. It becomes mediator, but not the NABARD. NABARD is the National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. That's a development financial institution and it do not become the mediator in the transactions. Okay, so the right answer will be your C. Right answer is what? It is C. So do remember, because it is asking about financial institution, you can simply eliminate the two options. Now, next question. Next question is talking about which among the following statement are not correct in relation to the financial instruments. In relation to financial instrument, which of the following statement is not correct, that you have to answer. So read them and let me know the answer. Also remember why the statements are wrong, because I am giving you the explanation also why this statement is wrong. So do remember that as well. So let me know the answer. Okay. First statement is saying these include instrument on asset as well as on the liability side of the financial institution's balance sheet. And it is true. Okay. It is true. It's actually covers, like in the banks, the assets of a bank is loan and advances. The liability of a bank is public deposit, and they both are the financial instrument, right? Similarly, the shares, debenture, bonds, etc., the both side will be counted. They can also, okay, I got three answers, that is D. Okay. They can also be in form of intangible value added services which can facilitate financial development. This is true. Financial instrument on the asset side of the balance sheet include loans and advances, investment, placement, derivatives. Very true. Whereas financial instrument on liability side of the balance sheet include deposits, money accepted from customer for remittance, insurance policy, mutual funds, unit issued, and contribution received for the building up a corpus. That is also true. While financial institution and financial instrument provide the base for capture and transfer of wealth from the savers to investor, the process cannot be completed without a financial market. This is also true. It means none of these statement is wrong about the financial instrument. All the statements are correct. Okay, so your right answer will be D option. Very good. Now, next question. Under the recommendation of Narasimham Committee 2, what is the narrow banking? What is narrow banking all about? Under the Narasimham Committee 2, what is narrow banking all about? So we know banking means the services that bank provide to its customer. That is banking. Okay, and we have to answer under the recommendation of Narasimham Committee 2, what is narrow banking is all about. Okay, all of the above, everybody is saying D. Read it very carefully. All of the above. The bank's NPA should not exceed 20% of its total asset. That's a narrow banking. Narrow banking is a type of service. When you find out the banking in the word, it means the service that the bank is providing. According to that, the banking type will be decided. And I'm getting answer A and B, two options more. Okay, first is saying transfer of banks NP to asset reconstruction company for better management. This is not a narrow banking. The weak bank should place their funds only in short term and risk free asset. This is true, not the this one. So right answer will be B option. Right answer is what? It is B option. Acha, when it comes to the types of banking, first of all, do remember how many types of banking are there. First, when we talk about narrow banking, when we talk about narrow banking, what is narrow banking? When bank place its fund in risk-free assets. Okay, when bank place its funds and risk-free assets, that is narrow banking. Like the payment banks are doing. Payment banks can only invest in risk-free asset. That's the government security. So payment banks are providing us the narrow banking services. They can only invest in the risk-free assets because they are accepting a limited deposit from the customer. Acha, how much deposit per customer can be accepted by the payment bank? Let me know. So this is your narrow banking. Narrow banking simply means when the bank places its fund in the risk-free assets. Let me know the question I ask. How much deposit can be accepted by payment bank per customer? Now the second type of banking, we have shadow banking. We have shadow banking. What is shadow banking? Simply banking services provided by NBFC, non-banking financial companies. So NBFCs are not bank. Okay, NBFC is not a bank. NBFC is a non-financial institution, non-banking financial institution. It accepts deposit, that is term deposit only, for minimum 12 months and maximum 60 months. And when it comes to the NBFC, it provides the certain services like a bank, like it accepts term deposit, it provides loans to the public. And that's what the type of banking we are talking about. That's a shadow banking. So they are not bank, but they work like a bank. That's why it is known as a shadow banking. And payment bank accept 2 lakh per customer. Okay, it used to be 1 lakh, but it have been increased by RBI. Now they can accept up to 2 lakh per customer, not more than 2 lakh. Okay, chalo. Now next third type of banking we have, let's say virtual banking. Acha, what is virtual banking? Let me know. What is virtual banking? If you do not know any answer, just immediately write don't know. Online banking. Okay, very good. So virtual banking without visiting a bank branch. Without visiting a bank branch. So when without visiting a bank branch, you can perform or you can carry out the banking services. Hana, without visiting a bank branch, you are carrying out banking services. That is known as virtual banking. That is known as what? It is known as virtual banking. And if you want type, you can say online banking. You can say mobile banking. You can say ATM services, etc. They are the types of virtual banking. I do not have to go to the bank branch. I can deposit money from the cash deposit machine. I can withdraw from the ATM. I can print my passbook from the passbook printing machine. I can deposit check in the kiosk centers. So I do not have to visit the bank branch. That's a virtual banking. Now, next type of banking we have, that is Islamic banking. What is Islamic banking? Let me know what is Islamic banking. What is neobank is a different concept. Neobank is a different concept. They are not regulated by RBI, that we will study. Neobanks are a kind of banks that providing you digital service, but RBI will not be regulating them properly as the commercial banks. What is Islamic banking? This banking works on the Shariat law. This banking works on what? This banking works on the Shariat law. And when it comes to the Shariat law, it says that it prohibits the acceptance and giving of interest. It prohibits acceptance and giving of interest. So Islamic banking works on the particular, we can say it works on the particular law that is known as Sharia law. Okay. And this law says that acceptance and giving of interest is prohibited. You cannot accept interest on loan, you cannot provide interest on deposit. That's Islamic banking. Now, what is door-to-door banking? What is door-to-door banking? Simply, when we provide banking services at the doorstep of common man. Okay, so when we make the banking services available to the doorstep of common man, that is known as your simply door-to-door banking. Now, what is universal banking? What is universal banking? What is universal banking? Universal banking means you are getting all kinds of activities under one roof. Okay, when you went to the bank, you can deposit, withdrawal, lending, deposit, etc. will be done. But apart from that, all the other services, it gives you the consultancy, it gives you the demat account, it gives you the mutual fund, insurance, interest, etc. Everything will be provided. That is known as your universal banking. Okay. Now, next we have para banking. What is para banking? What is para banking? So when bank provide it additional services apart from its day-to-day transaction, like what are the day-to-day transaction of a bank? Accepting deposit, providing loan, and performing withdrawals. These are the basic of day-to-day transaction of a bank. But apart from these three activities, if bank providing the other services to the customer, that is known as your para banking. Okay, that is known as what your, it is known as your para banking. Now, next. Next, we have a type of banking that is known as your relationship banking. Relationship banking means simply when a banker creates one-to-one relation with customer. With customer. That is known as your relationship banking. So when the bank creates one-to-one relationship with the customer, that is known as relationship banking. Examples of para banking, like say, apart from deposit withdrawal lending, bank is providing me insurance policy. Apart from deposit withdrawal lending, bank is providing me international credit card or debit card. Apart from deposit withdrawal and lending, bank is providing me mutual fund services or a demat account services. So apart from day-to-day transaction, whatever additional one or two services bank is providing, that is para banking. And when bank provide all the additional services under a one roof, that will be known as universal banking. Clear? So these are the certain types of banking you have to remember. Clear? Chalo, now let's move forward and talk about the next question. Read the following statement carefully and choose the correct option with respect to phase 1, pre-independence prior to 1947. So phase 1 development, we are talking about pre-independence prior to 1947. So there are two statements, statement 1 and 2. Read them and let me know which statement here is correct in respect to the phase 1 pre-independence. C and D and B and okay, B, C, D. Okay, let's see. The first is saying during this phase, Bombay Stock Exchange was also established in 1975. It is wrong. Bombay Stock Exchange established in 1875, not in 1975. Okay, 1875 was the year when the Bombay Stock Exchange was established. It means the first one is wrong. I do not have to read more. Now, the pre-independence phase during the 1920s was marked as extremely turbulence in the financial market. This is true, which led to the closing down of number of banks. This is also true. This suffered the establishment of banking regulator. True. The setting up of a central bank named Reserve Bank of India was recommended by Hilton Young Commission in 1945. Is it true? The Hilton Young Commission recommended to establish RBI is in 1926 recommendation, and RBI was established in 1935. Both the statements are wrong. So right answer will be D. Okay, the recommendation by Hilton Young Commission first time given in the year 1926. RBI was established in 1935. So both the statements are wrong because the years here given is a wrong. So right answer will be your D option. Okay. Now next question. The Depositories Act came into effect in the year. Acha, also let me know what actually the depositories are. What they do. What actually the depositories are and what they do. Okay. See, first of all, Depositories Act was introduced in the year when NSDL was introduced. Electronic form. Okay, very good. So actually the answer is 1996. Depositories we have is two types, NSDL and CDSL. National Securities Depository Limited and Central Depository Services Limited. So NSDL was established by NSC and CDSL was established by BSC. Now what they are doing, simply they convert the physical security into the electronic form. Okay, and deposit it into the investor's demat account. That's what the work of the NSDL and CDSL. And the Depositories Act came into existence in the year 1996. So right answer is A. Next, which among the following is not a part of sweeping reforms? Which of the following is not a part of your sweeping reforms? Delicensing of imports, tightening of foreign exchange regulation, abolishment of license raj, pegging of exchange rate. So let me know which of the following is not a part. A, B, C or D. Okay, so right answer is actually your D. Very good. Second and your fourth is not a part of your sweeping reforms. If we talk about the sweeping reform, first is delicensing of import is true, like these import delicensed have been done. Second, tightening of foreign exchange regulation was not there. It apart from that, we have done what? We have make it more easy. है ना? We have removed the restrictions from here. Apart from that, abolishment of license raj have been done. Pegging of exchange rate have not been done. And our exchange rate have been become liberal now. So import delicensed, import duties were reduced, license raj were abolished, trade policy reform introduced, fiscal reform introduced, exchange rate was unpacked. Apart from that, disinvestment of public enterprises was done. FAMA FDI norms was relaxed in here in this transaction. And apart from that, we can say production licensing done. Okay, so all these are what? All these are the that I have named, those are the sweeping reform that have been done, in which second and fourth is not a part. Okay, exchange rate was unpacked and foreign exchange regulation was liberal, not it was not tightened. So right answer is D. Now next we have, what does ease stands for? What does ease stands for? And how many what we can say, how many phases of ease have been introduced? Okay, A, C. Okay, right answer is actually enhanced, not eased. It is enhanced access service excellence. Okay, there are five. Okay, now done. Next, filling the blanks with respect to phase 2, that is post independence 1947 to 1991. So the paragraph have been given in which you will find three fill in the blanks are there that you have to fill, and the paragraph talks about the insurance companies in the country. So this phase commences with the nationalization of Reserve Bank of India. Actually it is in 1949, followed by the State Bank of India 1955 in the succeeding year. On the 1st September 1956, dash private insurance company were nationalized to form LIC. Now we can eliminate the option here. Hana, we can eliminate the option here. So you have to answer how many private insurance companies were nationalized. First, 245, 4 or 55. So how many have been nationalized? Maximum have been nationalized. It means it is 245. The B and C option can be eliminated. Now next we're talking about, they nationalized to form the LIC, and another measure which was taken by the government setting up of general insurance in 1972 as a result of the nationalization of dash private general insurance companies. How many general insurance companies have been nationalized here? Is it 55 or 4? Is it 55 or 4? And the actual answer is 55. It means right answer is your A. Like 245 companies have been merged to have been nationalized to form LIC. Then 55 private general insurance companies were merged to create the general insurance company, and the 4 public sector general insurance companies are there, that is named as National Insurance, Oriental Insurance, and the New India Insurance. Okay, so right answer will be your A. Next question. Regional Rural Bank was set up during the dash phase. So when RRB was set up, if we talk about RRB, apart from the phase in which it have been developed, also let me know the shareholding of RRB with central government, state government, and a sponsored bank. Central government, state government, and a sponsored bank shareholding, and also in which phase it was developed, it was introduced. The first RRB was established in 1975. That's correct. Okay. When you talk about first RRB, it was the Prathama Gramin Bank in 1975, 2nd October it was established. And when you talk about 1975, that was which phase? It was the post-independence phase. That is your second phase. So right answer is B. And very good, 50%, 15%, and 35% is the shareholding of RRBs. Correct. Right answer will be your B. Okay. Now, next question. Now read the following statement carefully and choose the correct option in relation to the topic reasons that induced the liberalization. So you have in front of you three statements. Out of these three statements, you have to answer which of the following is the reason because of which we have done liberalization. Let me know the answer. Okay, C and B, two options are coming. Chalo, let's see. The first statement is saying in the scenario of planned economy, India predominantly looked outwards. No, India does not look outward, India looks inwards. So the first statement is wrong now. So in the scenario of your planned economy, India predominantly used to look inwards, and that led to the slow rate of growth during the 1960 to 1980s. So the first statement is wrong. Okay, second. After the dismantling of USSR, these export market went to disarray and India's export plummeted. Export market in USA, Europe had not been tapped to any significant extent by the Indian exporter. That's true. This led to a severe decline in the Indian's export. This is true. Second is true. Third is saying a largest component of India's import was crude oil, and this is true as it even today. With the slowing export and increasing demand for oil, the country's balance of payment was severely affected adversely. Adversely means deficit, negative impact have been seen. So this is also true. First is wrong, second and third is true. So the statement will be okay. The second one, the statement second and third are correct, but not the first one. Second and third are correct, and the first statement is incorrect. Clear? Why first is incorrect? It should not be outward, it should be inwards. Because India was focusing on the inward trades. Okay, so right answer is B. Those who have given B option, it is correct. Now, which was the first bank to be established in India? It's, I guess, the simplest question of today's session. The first bank to be established in India. Also, let me know the year in which it was established. Bank of India, State Bank of India, Bank of Hindustan, Punjab National Bank. 1770, Bank of Hindustan. Correct. Right answer is C. 1770, Bank of Hindustan. Now, which of the following is not a part of formal financial system? Not a part of formal financial system. And the answer is very good. Association is not a formal financial system. Right answer is A, association. Now, next question. Which of the following is not a part of informal financial system? Which of the following is not a part of informal financial system? Is it money lender, mutual fund, relatives, Mahajan? Not a informal. And the right answer is very good, mutual fund, because these are the formal. So right answer will be your B. Correct. Next. PJ Nayak Committee formed by RBI in 2014 served the purpose of dash. The PJ Nayak Committee formed the RBI in 2014 served the purpose of which of the following? Giving guidance for commercial bank who fund leasing companies, reviewing the governance of board of banks in India, giving recommendation relating to credit institutions and credit information companies, none of the above. So let me know which of the following is correct. Okay. So the right answer for this particular question will be B. Very good. PJ Nayak Committee was formed by RBI to review the governance of board of banks in India. So right answer is B. Remember the committee's name, PJ Nayak Committee for governance of board of banks in India. Next. Which among the following recommendation is given by the Narasimham Committee 2? Okay, the recommendation of Narasimham Committee 2 you have to answer out of these 7 statements. Given under the Narasimham Committee 2. Narasimham Committee 2 was introduced in 1998. We have just seen. Now read the statement. Let me know the answer. A, okay. What about rest? See, we are talking A and B. Two options are there, okay? Okay, see. First establishment of a 4-tier hierarchy was in the Narasimham Committee 1, not in the Narasimham Committee 2. So the first is wrong. The supervisory function over banks and financial institutions to be assigned to a quasi-autonomous body sponsored by RBI. This is also in 1, not in 2. The phase reduction in SLR was not the recommendation in any of the committee, not in 1, not in 2. Oh, sorry, no, it was there. Reduction in SLR was there, but in phase 1, it means the Narasimham Committee 1, they have said that we have to reduce the SLR and CRR to make the liquidity available in the market. Yes, it was there. Abolition of branch licensing policy, Committee 1, proper classification of assets and full disclosure of account of banks and financial institution, that is Committee 1. Deregulation of interest rate was Committee 1, and then RBI said the individual bank can decide how much interest they want to give in the savings account. So it is also 1. Lowering SLR ratio and cash reserve ratio, they both included together in the Committee 2. It means right answer will be 7th statement only. All the rest are the Committee 1. Lowering SLR and CRR. Okay, they both together introduced in the Committee number 2. So right answer here will be D. Next. Nationalization within the Indian banking system commenced with the nationalization of which of the following? So when we started nationalization, it started with which? एक तक book है मेरा. नहीं, मुझे उसने बोला अंकित में बुक है तो 1 से 11 से 1। हाँ ओके, कोई ना, आप कंटिन्यू करो, मैं कहीं और देखूं। ठीक है। Okay. So nationalization within the Indian banking system commenced with the nationalization of which? It was none of the above. Why none of the above? RBI, na? First of all, RBI got nationalized in 1949. RBI got nationalized in the year 1949. Okay, so 1st January 1949, RBI started the nationalization. So right answer will be your B. Clear? Next question. Read the following statement carefully and choose the correct option in relation to the topic history of banking in India. The question is asking, read the following statement carefully and choose the correct option in relation to the topic history of banking in India. There are 3 statements in front of you. Statement 1, statement 2 and statement 3. 1, 2 or 3. 3 statements are there. Let me know which of the following statement is correct in context to the history of banking in India. Which of the following is correct? B and C. C is means all statements are correct. Okay, let's see. The first statement is saying banking in India has its origin in Vedic times 2000 to 1400 BC. Indigenous bankers and money lenders are known to have played a very vital role for century. The remnants of banking in India can be traced back to the 4th century like BC in Kautilya Arthashastra, which contains reference to creditors and lenders. And is it true? Yes, the first statement is when we talk about from 2000 to 1400, we are talking about. Okay, yes, the first statement is true about the history started from Kautilya Arthashastra. Next, the first presidency bank, the Indian Bank. Okay, the second statement is wrong here. What is the name of the first presidency bank? We have 3 presidency bank. So the first presidency bank was introduced in 1806, then 1840, then 1843. So what is the name of these 3 presidency bank? Let me know. The name of 3 presidency bank. No, Imperial Bank came in the year 1921, Rajesh sir. After amalgamation of all these 3 banks, in 1921, we have introduced Imperial Bank of India. What was the name of the first presidency bank? Bank of Calcutta. Very good. So Bank of Calcutta, it name changed to Bank of Bengal in 1809. So Bank of Calcutta, Bank of Bombay, Bank of Madras. So in place of Indian Bank, it should be Bank of Calcutta. This is wrong. The third is saying during the late 19th century and early 20th century, as a fallout of Swadeshi movement, a number of ethnic Indian banks were established. These included Punjab National Bank, Bank of India, Canara Bank, Indian Bank, Bank of Baroda, Central Bank of India, and this is true. Swadeshi movement was started in which a lot of banks was introduced. Okay, so the second and third is true. Sorry, no. The first and third is true. Second is wrong. So the statement will be your answer will be your A. Okay, right answer will be your A. Because the first and third is correct statement, second is incorrect because of the name of the first presidency bank. So right answer is A. Now, next question we are talking about RBI launched the lead bank scheme in the year dash. When RBI introduced lead bank scheme. So RBI introduced lead bank scheme on the recommendation of a Gadgil study group. Gadgil study group. We have introduced the lead bank scheme, and it was introduced to do the financial inclusion in a particular district. So RBI used to make or define a lead bank in a particular district, and in this district the lead bank have to do the financial inclusion by branch planning and credit planning. This is what the work of a lead bank, and it was introduced in December 1969. In which year it was introduced? December 1969, RBI introduced the lead bank scheme. So the right answer will be your D. Okay. Next question. In terms of RBI Act, the banks who paid up capital and raised funds must be at least dash in order to qualify as a scheduled bank. If any bank wants to be called as a scheduled bank, what should be the paid up capital of that bank? A, B, C, or D? 20 lakh, 15 lakh, 20, 10 lakhs, none of the above. Okay. And the right answer will be A, B, C, or D? Okay. So the right answer here will be your 5 lakh. Okay, very good. Right answer will be none of the above. Okay, right answer will be none of the above. Right answer is D. Because it is required 5 lakh. If you want to be called as a scheduled bank, you have to have a minimum paid up capital of 5 lakh. And the second condition is the bank have to maintain the reserve ratios. Bank have to do what? Bank have to maintain the reserve ratio. What are the reserve ratio? That is CRR and SLR. Okay. So right answer will be D. Next. Which among the following is are not true about the non-scheduled banks? Which of the following is not true about the non-scheduled bank? First is saying non-scheduled bank are listed in the second schedule. Not true, you have to find out. It means the false statement. The non-scheduled banks are eligible to effect borrowing from RBI for their everyday operation. They are not eligible to become member of clearing houses and such as their customer are hindered in being unable to collect checks proceeds. These banks are federated with the state cooperative bank and enjoy remittances and other facilities through the state cooperative bank to which they are federated. So which of the following is correct? Yeah, for scheduled commercial bank. Like if you want, like if you talk about banking system. Acha, answer this question, then I will discuss the earlier question about the bank. Okay. Now you have to answer here which of the following is not true about non-scheduled banks. Not true about non-scheduled banks. Okay. So if we talk about first statement, they are listed in the second schedule. Obviously, this is wrong. The first one is wrong. Okay. The second is saying the non-scheduled banks are eligible to effect borrowing from RBI for their everyday operation. No, they are not. The third is correct that they are not eligible to become the member of clearing houses. The fourth is correct. These banks are federated with the state cooperative banks and enjoy remittance and other facilities through the state cooperative bank to which they federated. So the right answer is third and fourth is correct. But the first and second is incorrect. So the right answer will be your B option. The right answer will be your B option. Okay. Now, next. Which among the following is a recent development in banking sector? Which among the following is a recent development in the banking sector? Is it NARCL, that is National Asset Reconstruction Company Limited? Is it Digital Rupee? Is it National Bank for Financing Infrastructure Development? And the right answer is very good. All of the above. The digital rupee RBI introduced was Central Bank Digital Currency, CBDC. Okay, Central Bank Digital Currency. The NARCL have been introduced as a bad bank in 2021. The NAFID introduced as a development financial institution in the year 2021. So the right answer will be your D. All are the recent updates. Next. Which among the following statement is correct with respect to the topic history of banking in India? The correct statement about history of banking in India. You have to answer the correct statement here. First is saying the Indian cooperative banking movement received a flip with the passing of Cooperative Society Act in 1904. The setting up of a central bank, namely Reserve Bank of India, was recommended by Kothari Committee. Then, in 1974, the government passed the Regional Rural Bank, which led to the establishment of Regional Rural Bank. While working on the model of public sector bank catered exclusively to the rural clientele. Okay. Narasimham Committee in aftermath of the liberalization and recommendation of Narasimham Committee on financial sector reform and banking space of the country was once announced open for setting up of private banks accordingly in June 1994. ICICI. Okay. So now let me know which of the following is correct here. Acha, when it talk about the statement which is correct is first, third is also true, and the fourth is also true. All the three statement are true, and the option I have done some gadbad here. So let's take this question as an incorrect statement. Let's make this question as an incorrect statement because I have written what happened. You have to answer the incorrect one because the three statements are correct. So the second statement is also incorrect because the recommendation was not given by the Kothari Committee. So let's say the right answer is D, only two. Okay, because the remaining options are correct. The three options are correct, but not the second one. So second one should be Hilton Young Commission, not a Kothari Committee. So the right answer will be D in context of the incorrect statement. Okay, so right answer is D. Next, read the following statement carefully and highlight the correct ones in relation to the topic public sector banks. In context to the public sector bank, you have to find out the right statement. Okay, and you guys are saying D. It means 1, 2, and 3. Okay, let's see. Public sector banks comprise of State Bank of India that was constituted under State Bank of India Act 1955. Presently, 11 nationalized banks are there constituted under Banking Companies Act. This is true. Okay, second is saying State Bank of India had 7 subsidiaries which were constituted under the State Bank of India Subsidiary Act 1959. These banks were known as the Associated Bank of State Bank of India, but these were in phases merged with SBI between 2008 to 2017. Achha, when we talk about State Bank of India, State Bank of India has introduced actually 8 associates bank. Okay, it introduced how many associates bank? In 8 associates bank, and the first merger started in 1963, in which State Bank of Jaipur and State Bank of Bikaner have been merged. These two banks have been merged in 1963 with each other. Okay, so when it comes to the this statement, then thus there were, whereas in 2008 State Bank of Saurashtra and State Bank of Indore merged into the with SBI, with the other subsidiaries, State Bank of Hyderabad, Patiala, Travancore, Mysore, State Bank of Bikaner, Jaipur in 2017. Okay, so State Bank of Saurashtra was merged in 2008, State Bank of Indore were merged in 2010. They both have not been merged in 2008. So here the right answer will be, the correct option was only one. The A will be the right answer. Okay, the correct is only one. Because SBI had 8 associate banks. Okay, how many associate banks were there? 8. State Bank of Jaipur, State Bank of Bikaner, State Bank of Hyderabad, State Bank of Patiala, State Bank of Travancore, State Bank of Indore, State Bank of Saurashtra, and the State Bank of Mysore. These used to be the 8 associate banks of SBI. Then State Bank of Bikaner and Jaipur, they both merged with each other in 1963, the first merger. After that, State Bank of Saurashtra was merged in 2008, State Bank of Indore was merged in 2010, and all the rest bank have been merged in 2017. The remaining bank have been merged in 2017. So this became in 1963 State Bank of Bikaner and Jaipur. Then it merged in 2017 with SBI. Okay, so do remember this. The 8 associate bank used to be there. The first merger started in 1963, then the others. Okay, now next question. Okay, other than primary functions of banks, other functions do not include transfer of fund, collection of bills, foreign exchange services, safe deposit locker, safe custody of document, promoter services, gift checks, merchant banking. So which of the following is not included? You have to answer. Other than the primary function of bank, that there is a secondary function, and which of the following is not a secondary function? And you guys are saying A and D. A is your 6 only, D is your 6 and 7. Why bank do not provide gift check? Bank do provide gift check. Bank provide merchant banking, safe custody, safe deposit locker, foreign exchange services, collection of bills, transfer of bills, but not a promoter services. Right answer is A. Bank do not provide promoter services. Bank provide the executors and trustee services. Hana, in place of this, it should be executors and trustee services that the bank provide. Bank do not provide the promoter services. So the right answer will be your A only. Right answer is A. Next. In terms of a section of Banking Regulation Act is the business of banking defined. The business of banking defined in which section? Section 5, Section 8, Section 10, Section 6. And Section 5B is talking about the business of banking, which says acceptance of deposit from public. It should be withdrawable, repayable for the lending in purpose. Next question. In what may mark the incorrect statement in relation to the merger of banks? So, the merger of banks after 1993 happened in 2019. In 2019, 3 banks have been merged together and created a Bank of Baroda. Then in 2020, a lot of banks have been merged. First created Punjab National Bank, second created Union Bank of India, third created Canara Bank, fourth created Indian Bank. So you have to answer which of the following is incorrect about the merger condition. So first is saying Bank of Baroda, Oriental Bank of Commerce and Vijaya Bank. They merged to form the Bank of Baroda. Answer is wrong. Bank of Baroda, Dena Bank and Vijaya Bank was there. Bank of Baroda, Dena Bank and Vijaya Bank was there. First is wrong. Union Bank of India, Dena Bank, Corporation Bank, again wrong. Union Bank of India was merged with Oriental Bank of Commerce and the Oriental Bank of Commerce, and the another bank was what? Let me know. Union Bank, Oriental Bank of Commerce. Acha, no, one second. It was Corporation Bank and Andhra Bank. Yeah, Andhra Bank and Corporation Bank was merged to create Union Bank of India. Second is wrong. Canara and Syndicate correct. Indian and Allahabad correct. Apart from that, Punjab National Bank, Oriental Bank of Commerce and United Bank of India merged together. Okay, so remember Bank of Baroda, Dena Bank, Vijaya Bank, Union Bank, Corporation Bank, Andhra Bank. This is Andhra Bank. Canara Bank, Syndicate Bank, Indian Bank, Allahabad Bank, Punjab National, Oriental Bank of Commerce and United Bank of India. Okay, so do remember this. So which of the following is incorrect? First and second is incorrect. It means right answer will be your C. The right answer will be your C. Okay, next question. Filling the blanks in relation to the concept of capital requirement under the Small Finance Bank. Capital requirement under the Small Finance Bank. So small finance banks are the differentiated bank introduced in 2015, in which earlier it used to be 100 crores and that is extended to 200 crores. So it means right answer will be your B. The right answer will be your B. Very good. Next question. Which among the following is not correct about the RBI Act? So RBI Act we have discussed, it have 5 chapters and it have 2 schedules. 5 chapters and 2 schedules are there in the RBI Act. So you have to answer which of the following is not correct about the RBI. Okay, first is preliminary, that is correct. Second is talking about your incorporation, capital, management and business. This is also true. The third is talking about the general provisions and fourth is talking about general banking function. This is wrong. Third talk about the central banking functions. Okay, third talk about central banking function and fourth talk about the general provisions. Okay, so they have been exchanged. And the chapter 5 talks about what? It talks about the penalties. So the right answer is third and fourth is incorrect. Option number C. Third and fourth is incorrect. So your answer will be option number C, because they have been interchanged with each other. Right answer is C. Next, in terms of RBI Act, the following business may be transacted by RBI. Which of the following business are transacted by RBI? Make loan or advance, draw or accept bills payable otherwise than on demand, allow interest on deposits on current account, and none of the above. In terms of RBI Act, which of the following businesses are allowed to RBI? And the right answer will be your, very good, none of these. None of the above are allowed to RBI. Right answer will be your D option. Next. Section 33 of RBI Act relates to which of the following? Section 33 of RBI Act relates to which of the following? Reissue of notes not to be done, assets of the issue department, denomination of currency notes, banker to the central government. So what do you think the section 33 of RBI Act relates to the following? It actually talks about the assets of the issue department. So right answer will be your B option, assets to the issue department. Very good. Next question we have here is filling the blanks in relation to the section 7-8 of RBI Act, the management and central board. Okay, you have to fill in the blanks. First is saying the governor and deputy governors are dash time officials. So what time officials? Whole time or part time? Whole time or part time? They are whole time officials. It means you can eliminate the option number C. You can easily eliminate the option number C because it's a whole time partners. The governor and the deputy governor hold office for a term fixed by central dash. Central what? Governor, government or bank? Obviously central government. So you can eliminate the option number B. Now, appointment not exceeding dash years. How many years? 5 years. Both the statement are saying 5. Actually, it is 5 years. And eligible for reappointment. The government official nominate under dash. Under which section? Section 81D. So this is also true. Section 81D in both available. Then you can see the direction nominated from the local board shall continue during the membership of the local board. The other director shall hold office for dash years and thereafter until the successful nomination year. Now here you have to find out the right option. Is it 4 or 5 years? The other members will be appointed for how many years? Other directors. For 4 years and 5 years. This will give you the right answer. Answer is for 4 years. And the right answer will be your D option. Very good. The right answer is D. Other directors will be appointed for 4 years. Okay, so do make sure you always use the elimination method in such kind of questions. Next question. Which among the following is prohibited function of banks? Like bank cannot perform any of these functions. A banking company shall buy or sell or barter goods for others, act as an agent of government, local authority or any other person and carry on agency business, contracting for public-private loans and negotiating and issuing the same, ensure guarantee, underwrite, participate in managing and carrying out any issue of state, municipal or other loans or share of shares, stock, debentures or debenture stock of companies and lend money for the purpose of any such issue. Now you have to answer which among the following is prohibited function of bank. And after reading all the statement, the first is saying the bank cannot go through these function. This is wrong. This is prohibited. So right answer will be your A. Bank can never participate in buy or sell or barter of the goods for others. Okay, so right answer is A. Next question. Business that RBI cannot transact, exclude. Business that RBI cannot transact, exclude. Engage in trade or otherwise have a direct interest in any commercial, industrial or other undertakings. Make loan or advances, draw or accept bills payable otherwise than on demand. Allow interest on deposits and current accounts. Business that RBI cannot transact. Exclude. Rajesh sir, do read it again. It is asking business thus RBI cannot transact exclude. Like out of these, the RBI cannot transact exclude. Means it is actually asking which of the following transactions are performed by RBI. The right meaning of this question will be which of the following functions are performed by RBI. So RBI cannot engage in this kind of trade, cannot make loan for or advances, cannot draw accept bills, cannot allow interest on deposits. So right answer is D. Okay, right answer will be what? D. So the question is asking business that RBI cannot transact excludes. So it means out of this which can be done. Next question. What section 24 of Banking Regulation Act 1949 all about? What this section of Banking Regulation Act 1949 talks about? Maintenance of SLR, return of unclaimed deposit, inspection, opening of new branches and transfer of existing branches. And the right answer for this, section 24 of Banking Regulation Act 1949. And your right answer will be okay, very good. The maintenance of SLR, statutory liquidity ratio, in which all the scheduled commercial bank have to maintain a certain percentage of their NDTL in form of cash, gold, and security. So right answer is A. Now next, read the following statement carefully and choose the correct option with respect to Banking Regulation Act 1949. So the first is saying in terms of section 26, every banking company shall within 30 days after the close of each calendar year submit a return to RBI of all account which have not been operated upon for 10 years. Okay. And provided that in case of term deposits, said the term of 10 years shall be reckoned from the date of expiry of the term deposit. Then, second, and in terms of section 26A, RBI shall establish a fund to be called Depositors Education and Awareness Fund and shall credit to the fund and the amount of such accounts which have not been operated upon for the period of 5 years or any deposit or any amount remaining unclaimed for more than 10 years within a period of 5 months from the expiry of the said period of 10 years. So what do you think? Which statement is correct and which is incorrect? Okay, so statement 1 is totally correct, but second is not correct because upon a period of 10 years it should be, and within the period of 3 months it should be. Okay, the period will be 3 months, within a 3 months, and the account have not been operated for a period of 10 years should be there. So the second is incorrect, first is correct, and the right answer will be your A. Statement 1 is correct, second is incorrect. Okay, so right answer is your A. Now, next. The gaps in Indian financial system post-independence were. What kind of gaps were there in the financial system after the independence? It means 1947. So which of the following is correct here? The gaps in the Indian financial system post-independence were. Okay. And you guys are saying D, the commercial bank had traditionally confined themselves to financial or to financing working capital requirement of trade and industry and abstain from the providing. This is true. Several malpractices such as misuse of fund access, speculation and manipulation were unearthed. Owing to this, the investor were not interested in investing in the capital market. True. The managing agency houses which had served as a supplementary to the capital market showed their Apathy to the investment in the risky adventures. Correct. So right answer is all of the above. Very good. Right answer is D. All are the gaps. All were the gaps actually. Now, filling the blanks in relation to the topic evolution of development financial institutions in the country. Okay, so now do use the elimination method. First is saying the first development financial institution established in India in which year? 48 or 47? Only 2 years are there in the option 48 or 47. In which year we have established IFCI? Indian Financial Corporation of India, the first development financial institution of our India. It was established in 1948. It means we got our answer. Right answer is A. Okay, now you do not even have to study the whole statements because you have find your answer option number A because just start saying 1947. Okay, so answer will be A. Do read this paragraph when I upload the PDF. You can read by yourself. So right answer here will be A. Okay, now next. The core business of IFCI is, what is the core business of IFCI? To provide equipment finance, to provide finance for rehabilitation of industrial unit, project financing, or all of the above. A, B, C, or D? All of the above. IFCI. No, it do not use to provide the equipment finance. It do not finance for the rehabilitation of industrial unit. It only provide funding for the project financing. It used to it used to finance the projects only. Project wise funding used to be given by IFCI. So right answer is C. Okay. Next, which among the following points relates to objective of development financial institution? Objectives of development financial institution. So 9 statements are there in front of you. Do read them and let me know. Okay. Chalo, first is saying to serve as an agent of development in various sector, industry, agriculture, international. This is true. Okay, this is true. To accelerate the growth of economy, this is true. To allocate resources to high priority area, true. To foster rapid industrialization, particularly in the private sector, so as to provide employment opportunities as well as higher production, true. To foster public-private partnership, to develop entrepreneurship skill, to promote development of rural areas, to finance housing, small-scale industry, infrastructure, social utilities, planning, promoting, and developing industries to fill the gaps in industrial sector. This is true. All the statements are true. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It means C option. The right answer is C. Okay, the right answer will be C. All the statements are correct about the objectives of your development financial institutions. Next. Which among the following is a form of indirect assistance given by IDBI? The indirect assistance given by IDBI. Seed capital assistance, soft loan scheme, rehabilitation assistance to sick units, project finance assistance. So, which among the following is a form of indirect assistance given by IDBI? Indirect assistance we are talking about. Indirect, it is the seed capital assistance. Very good. A is correct. The seed capital assistance is the indirect assistance given by IDBI. Now, next. Read the following statement carefully and choose the correct option in relation to the topic Industrial Finance Corporation of India. The statement correct about IFCI. Which of the following statement is correct about IFCI? Industrial Finance Corporation of India. Okay. C and D, two options are coming. Let's see. The government of India established IFCI in 1948 following enactment of IFCI Act. It is the first development financial institution set up for proper economic growth. This is true. The authorized share capital of 10 crore was correct in the initial stage. In the IFCI Amendment Act, the authorized capital increased to 250 crores. The activity of IFCI can be broadly divided into financing activity, promotional activity. Both are correct. The answer will be C. Both the statements are correct about IFCI. Right answer is C. Very good. Now, next. Which of the following development financial institution had a role of counseling NRIs for their investment in India? So, which of the following development financial institutions provided or started the role of counseling the NRIs, the non-resident Indians? A, B, C, or D? Okay, very good. The right answer is ICICI Bank. Okay, right answer is ICICI Bank. It did. So, right answer will be your C. Correct. Next. Acha, also the development financial institution which started universal banking for the first time in India. What was the name of that development financial institution which started universal banking in India for the first time? And it is ICICI. Correct. Right answer is ICICI. Now, mark the correct statement in relation to the microfinance. Correct statement about microfinance. Correct about microfinance institutions. Oh, sorry, microfinance. Okay, see. The first is saying microfinance is the form of financial services which provide a small loan and other financial services to poor and people above poverty line. Not above poverty line. It is the below poverty line. First is incorrect. It is an economic tool designed to promote financial inclusion, which enables the poor and low income household to come out of poverty, increase their income level, and improve their overall living standard. Very true. Okay, next. Microfinance consists of micro savings, micro credit, micro insurance, micro promotions. No micro promotions are there. So the only correct statement is second one. No, no. Why you are saying all are correct? The first is incorrect because it's saying above poverty line. It should be below poverty line. The third is incorrect because the micro promotion is not a part. Micro savings, micro credit, micro insurance, micro pension is a part, not a micro promotion. So right answer will be your C. So now you can see it looks like all the statement are correct because the minor changes they have done. So that's why a very detailed analysis of the question and the concept is very much important. Now, next is statement about delivery of microfinance. And you have to find the correct option in case of delivery of microfinance. So you have to answer out of there are three statement out of statement 1, 2, 3 which are correct. Let me know the answer. Okay. So B and C, two options are coming. Let's see. So first is saying commercial banks, both in public sector and private sector, extend finance for agricultural as well as other allied activities as part of their priority sector lending, which has been mandated by RBI. Cooperative and RR banks also provide support in this regard. Okay, actually it is regional rural banks. Okay, so first is correct. Okay, second is saying here microfinance is used by self-help groups to meet the survival needs, diversifying their basket of income, depressing activities, meeting working capital requirement in traditional activities, and setting up micro enterprises. Finance through the self-help group channels can be done adopting module 1, 2, and 3. If we talk about the second statement is not true. Okay, it is the incorrect statement because it is not used only to make the survival needs of the self-help group. Okay, so the right answer, the second statement will be your wrong. Then next we have microfinance institutions are defined as those which provide thrift credit, other financial services and products of very small amount mainly to poor in rural, semi-urban or urban areas for enabling them to raise their income level and improve their living standard. A variety of microfinance institutions that cater to the needs of poor exist in India. This is true. So the first and third is correct, second is incorrect. So the option number B will be correct. Those who said B is correct, right answer will be your option B. Okay, very good. Next. Which of the following figures in the Fair Practice Code developed by RBI for NBFC MFIs? So the following figures in the Fair Practice Codes developed by RBI for NBFC's MFI. So non-banking financial companies, microfinance institutions. So microfinance institution have three types. Okay, the first one for profit NBFCs, for profit microfinance institution, second for mutual benefit, and third for not for profit. And not for profit is also known as NBFC MFIs. So which of the following is the figures in Fair Practice Code that is developed by RBI? There should be board approved loan application format. No security deposit should be taken from the borrower. A borrower should not be member of more than one self-help group or all of the above. Very good. All of the above are the Fair Practice Code that have been given by RBI for the NBFC MFI. Correct. Right answer is D. Next. Filling the blanks in relation to self-help group bank linkage program. Self-help group bank linkage program, we have three models. Okay. And you have to answer the filling the blanks of these three. So first is saying NABARD Bank Self-Help Group. Under this model, self-help groups are formed and dash financed by banks. There is no NGO intervention. So it should be directly financed or indirectly financed. Obviously directly financed because NGO have no intervention. So A and C can be eliminated. Second, NABARD Bank Self-Help Group with NGO as a dash agency. What type of agency is it? Promoting agency or a facilitating agency? It's not a promoting agency. It's a facilitating agency. So right answer will be B. And in the third, NGOs are the financial intermediaries. Funds flow from funds flow from NGO, and the self-help groups are thereafter financed by the banks through the NGO. So right answer will be your B option. It will be B. Okay, it is B, not D, it is B. Now, next we have, according to the amendment of 1997 to the Reserve Bank of India in 1934, a non-bank finance company means, NBFC means which of the following? NBFC means which of the following? Okay. So first is saying, sorry, that a financial institution which is a company, second a non-banking institution which is a company and which has as its principal business the receiving of deposit under any scheme or arrangement or in any other manner of lending in any manner. Third is saying such other NB non-banking institution or class of such institution as per RBI may say that with the previous approval of the central government specify. And the right answer is all are the NBFC according to the amendment in the RBI Act 1934 in 1997. Very good. D is correct. All are correct. Next. Read the following statement carefully and choose the correct option. There are two statements we have. Statement 1 and 2 about NBFC. So read the correct statement and answer. Yes, NBFC accept deposit. They accept term deposits. Hana, NBFC accept term deposits for minimum 12 months and maximum 60 months, like 1 year to 5 year, they can accept deposit. And that will be a term deposit. And see, you guys are saying, okay, let's see. NBFCs have been an important contributor to the growth of the economy and have emerged as a suitable alternative for banks. Correct. They offer credit facility in remote areas and support those individuals who are often not serviced by bank. Various types of NBFCs are regulated, different sector, financial sector regulators, and NBFCs are classified according to liability, activity, and size. Very good. Both are correct. Both the statements are correct. Okay. So right answer is C. Next question. NBFC is regulated by other supervisor which are not required to register themselves with RBI. Do not include those NBFCs which do not have to be registered with RBI. First, venture capital. Second, insurance company. Third, Nidhi company. Fourth, chit fund company. Fifth, development financial institution. So, what do you think? Which of the following is the right answer? So, NBFCs are developed. Okay. Under the Companies Act, but they have to be registered with RBI. But there are certain NBFCs, those who do not have to go through the registration with RBI. So, right answer here is C and B. No. Actually, the right answer will be your development financial institutions only. So, right answer is A. Okay, venture capital is correct with SEBI, insurance company is correct with Adda, Nidhi company is correct with Ministry of Corporate Affairs, chit fund is correct about the respective state government, but development financial institution as regulated by whom? The central government? No, it will be done by RBI. So, right answer will be here A option. Fifth statement, it means A option. Next. Read the following statement, choose the correct ones in relation to the concept of insurance. In context to insurance, three statements have been given. Out of that, you have to find out which of the following statement is correct. Okay. So first is saying insurance can be defined as a contract between two parties where one, the insurer, promises the other to indemnify or make good any financial loss suffered by the latter in consideration for an amount received by way of discount. So it's very obvious if we talk about this statement. Is it correct? The first one is correct. Obviously not, because the way by way of discount. No, it by way of premium. Hana, it's wrong. It should be by way of premium. The contract of insurance is referred to as the insurance policy. Losses cannot be determined beforehand but can be reimbursed if and they will occur through insurance. Correct. The insurance environment consists of insurance companies, insurance intermediaries, and the insurance regulator, the Adda. Correct. It means second and third is correct, first is not. Why first is not correct? It should be the way of premium, not a discount. So right answer will be your B option. Okay. Next. Which among the following is not a correct feature? Not a correct feature of e-insurance accounts. Not a correct feature of e-insurance accounts. First, each e-insurance account has a unique account number and each account holder is granted a login ID password to access their e-policies. Okay, chalo. Second is saying e-insurance account is offered to applicant in return for a nominal fee. Third is saying an individual who does not have an insurance policy can also open an e-insurance account. After buying a policy, the policyholder can give a request for dematerialization of the policy to the insurer or the insurance repository. Okay, done. Next is saying to convert existing paper policies into electronic format, a service request has to be made to the insurance repository or the insurer. An e-insurance account holder can appoint an authorized representative to operate his account in case of unfortunate demise or incapability of e-insurance account holder. The authorized representative will intimate the insurance repository about the demise or incapability of policyholder with valid proof. Okay. An authorized representative has only access right to e-insurance account in the event of demise of policyholder. And the last one is the authorized representative would only to act as facilitator and is not entitled to receive any policy benefit unless designated as nominee or assignee by the deceased policyholder. So out of these 7 statements, I have found only one statement wrong. That's a nominal fee. No, it's a free of cost. The account is of free of cost. So the only second statement is incorrect. So the right answer will be B. Right answer will be your B. Second only. Very good. All the other are correct. Now, next. Filling the blanks in relation to the number of insurance companies operating in India. Number of insurance companies operating in India. Filling the blanks. So you can eliminate now. First is saying at the end of March 2020, there are 68 insurance operators in India, of which 24 were life insurer, then 27 were general insurer, and 6 were standalone health insurer, and the 11 were dash. 11 were what? Insurers or reinsurers? 11 companies are what? Insurers or reinsurers? Two options are there. We can eliminate out of this. So the insurers total are 68. The 11 are what? They are reinsured. It means option A and C can be eliminated very easily. Now, of the 68 insurance operation, 8 were in the public sector and the remaining 60 were the private sector. Very true. Then 2 specialized insurers, namely dash and dash. So which of the which special insurer is there? ECGC. It is correct. Then next we have 4 general insurance and 1 reinsurance, namely GIC, re were dash in the sector. In what? In public sector or in a private sector? Now this can give you the right answer. You have to find out that one reinsurance company is in the public or private sector, and the right answer is it's a public. So the right option will be your B. Right option will be your B because the D is saying private. Okay, right answer will be your B. Next question. Mark the incorrect point in relation to the privatization and FDI in insurance sector. About privatization and FDI in insurance sector. So privatization and FDI, we're talking about FDI, we all know foreign direct investment it is. Okay. So first is saying the insurance industry was first opened to private players and FDI in the year 2000 when the government permitted FDI to extend 26% in Indian insurance companies. Okay, and this is true. We have to find out the incorrect. Okay. This cap, after several years of deliberation, was increased to 49% in 2015, and in budget 1920 provided that this will be increased to FDA 74%. Okay, so when it comes to the 49% and then the 74%, the percentage are correct here, but the years are not correct. Okay, so right answer, it cannot be true. The second is cannot be true. Then third is saying the latest amendment is enabling amendment that gives companies access to the foreign capital if they need. Correct. This is correct. Then it is important shift in stance as increase in the FDI cap means the insurance company can now be privately owned and controlled as against the current situation wherein they are only Indian owned and controlled. Okay. Next, this will give a foreign company the right to appoint a majority of directors, control the management. Very true. A higher FDI limit will increase insurance company access foreign capital to meet their growth. True. In the meanwhile, the 2nd September 2019, Adda issued notification effectively allowing 100% FDI in insurance intermediaries. And this is also true. The 7, 6, 5th, third and first is definitely true. The fourth is saying it is an important shift in stance that the increase in FDI cap means insurance company can now be private owned and controlled. No, it should be foreign owned and controlled. It should be foreign owned. So the right answer will be second and fourth. The right answer will be your second and fourth, option number A. It should be foreign owned, not a private owned, because you are allowing the FDI. Okay. Now, which among the following statements are not correct in relation to the role of financial sector regulation in economy? So we have a different financial sector regulator. So out of these, which of the following is not correct? First is saying the financial system in India consists of financial market, financial institution, financial instrument. The first one is what? Correct. Second is saying the financial system is the backbone of economy and hence it is imperative that it functions smoothly without undue risk. True. A reasonable regulation of financial system is essential to check the imprudence of the player which can erode the confidence of the public in system. This is also true. The financial system deals with the people's money and it is necessary to generate, maintain and promote the confidence and trust of people in the financial system at all times and with great care by preventing any misuse and ever imprudence by any of the players of the ecosystem. Again, a true statement. In India, which is developed country, the financial regulator consists RBI, SEBI, Adda, and PFRDA. Okay, so this is wrong because India is not a developed country. India is not a developed country, so this is wrong. Okay. The statutory objective of the financial sector regulators and their regulatory function and the tools are elaborated in this, okay, to enable the readers to get an idea of the okay, fine. So right answer will be your A, fifth only. Now see, if you are reading this statement, you will find that the regulator name have been given RBI, SEBI, Adda, PFRDA. Obviously, you would say this statement is correct. But this became wrong because it is saying India is a developed country. India is not a developed country, it's a developing country. So right answer will be your A. Okay. So do make sure you read each and every word very carefully. Now, which among the following are correct in relation to the PFRDA? Correct in relation to the PFRDA. So Pension Fund and Regulatory Development Authority was established in 2004. Is it correct? The PFRDA is established in 2004. Second is saying the body was set up with a view to promote regulating and developing the pension sector in the country. NPS was launched by PFRDA in the year 2003 and thereafter extended to all citizens in 2008. Then PFRDA comes under the jurisdiction of the Ministry of Finance. So let me know which of the following is correct about PFRDA. Okay. So first of all, it is not established in 2004. It established in 2003. Okay. The second NPS was introduced in 2003, but it became public in the year 2009. Like it's for all the citizen in 2009. So the right statement is second and fourth only. That is the B option. The right statement is second and fourth only. That's the B option. Okay. Now, entities regulated by Adda does not include. Those entities which are regulated by Adda does not include the agency channels, the life insurance companies, the intermediaries, the reinsurance companies. Which of the following entities are not regulated by Adda? Obviously, intermediaries like banks are intermediaries, but they are not regulated by Adda. So, right answer is your C. Intermediaries are not regulated by Adda. Next. Filling the blanks in relation to the regulator of payment and settlement systems. Regulator of payment and settlement systems. So PSS Act dash gives the Reserve Bank oversight authority including regulation and supervision. Acha, dash Act. So first of all, you have to answer in which year this act was introduced, 7, 6 or 8. So we can eliminate the option. When the PSS Act was introduced, in 6, 7 or 8. And the answer is in 7. So the B and D option can be eliminated. Now, next is saying, okay, the consist of all the diverse arrangement that RBI uses to systematically transfer the money through currency dash instruments such as check and various electronic channels. What instrument? You have a checks and various electronic channels. Is it a paper instrument? Obviously, because every option is saying paper. This is correct. Now, in this role, RBI focuses on the development and functioning of safe, secure, and efficient payment and settlement mechanism. An efficient payment and settlement system is a prerequisite for addressing dash risk. What type of risk? Is it a... Acha, 1 second. Both the statements are true. So I will change this to 1. I will make financial. Hana, what type of risk it will be addressing? It is addressing actually your... What type of risk? It's actually you're addressing systemic risk. Why systemic risk? Because systemic risk shows us the kind of risk which arises because of the one important institution have failed. Let's say, for example, if we say State Bank of India fails in the future, it will somehow affect the whole industry, whole banking industry. And the whole banking industry will fail because the SBI failed. That's known as a systemic risk. The risk which affects the whole industry, that's a systemic risk, and we have to find that this will do what? It will address the systemic risk in the banking and financial sector. So both the options are same here. So A or C, whatever you can see, right answer. Okay, next. What is the correct meaning of lender of last resort? So lender of last resort is one of the function of RBI in which RBI fulfills the need of the public, of the commercial bank. The types of function RBI have lender of last resort. It means whenever the banks need capital, RBI will definitely provide them. So first is saying RBI provides liquidity to banks which are unable to raise short-term liquidity from the intra-bank market. This is a critical function of RBI. It promotes the interest of depositors, which in turn has the stabilizing impact on financial system and economy as a whole. Second, RBI provides liquidity to the banks which are unable to raise short-term capital from the interbank market. This is critical function of RBI because it protects the interest of investors. Okay. Then the third is saying Reserve Bank of India provides liquidity to banks which are unable to raise long-term capital. Okay, fine. So it is saying short term, it is saying long term. It's saying interest of investor, it's saying interest of depositor. The last one is saying short term and interest of depositor. But what is the difference next? Let's see. From the interbank market, this is critical function of RBI because it protects the interest of depositor, which in turn has a stabilizing impact on the financing, financial system and on economy as a whole. So first of all, it's not a long-term function, so you can directly eliminate the third option. It's not a long-term function, it's a short-term function. Okay. But now in short-term function, it is for depositor or interest investors. It is actually for depositors. So you can simply eliminate the B option. It can be either A or D. So let's read the D statement. RBI provides liquidity to banks which are unable to raise short-term liquidity resource from the interbank market. This is a critical function of RBI because it protects the interest of depositor, which in turn has a stabilizing impact on the financial system and on economy as a whole. The fourth and first statement are same, so you can say any of them is correct. Okay, you can say D or A, any of them is correct. Okay, some mistakes I have done in the options. Chalo, now filling the blanks in relation to the LTRO and TLTRO, long term repo operation and targeted long term repo operations. Okay, now filling the blanks in relation to LTRO. Not same inter and intra, it will be interbank transaction, not an intra-bank transaction. Hana, it will be interbank. Acha, you are saying in the option it is different. Acha, let me check. In the option, okay, the first is saying intra-bank. It should not be intra-bank, it should be interbank. Yes, very good. The right answer is D. Hana, it's not in the same bank, it is between the banks. That's why it should be interbank. Very good. Right answer is D. Now, next, in context to LTRO and TLTRO. So, first is saying RBI is ensuring that comfortable liquidity is available in the system in order to facilitate the transmission of monetary policy, action and flow of credit to the economy. These measures are taken with a view to assure banks regarding the availability of durable liquidity at a reasonable cost relatively to prevailing market conditions. This has been undertaken to encourage banks to undertake the maturity transformation smoothly and seamlessly to so as to augment the medium to long term credit flows to dash a sector. To what sector? To dash sector. To what sector? To service sector or a productive sector? You have two options. In which sector it should go? It should go to the service sector or a productive sector. So RBI introduced the LTRO in case of your COVID-19 at the time of COVID-19 to provide funding to the productive sector, not a service sector. So A and C can be eliminated. Now, to enable more efficient transmission of its monetary policy, RBI introduced the long-term repo operation in March 2020, under which RBI conducted term repo of 1 year and dash year. 1 year and what years? 1 and 3 years. So the fourth is saying 4 years, so your right answer will be B. 1 year and 3 year was the tenure of your LTRO. So right answer will be your B. Okay. Next question. Following are the assets which are eligible for being invested in for maintenance of SLR. So if you want to maintain SLR, what are the assets that have to be maintained in form of? Cash, gold valued at a price not exceeding the current market price, investment in a specified instrument which we will be referred to as SLR securities, any other security as directed by RBI. So which of these securities can be maintained under the SLR? Very good. The answer is D. All of these. All of these can be maintained. Right answer is D. Next, mark the incorrect points in relation to the MSF and SDF. marginal standing facility and standing deposit facility. You have to find the incorrect statement. Okay, so MSF was instituted under which the scheduled non-commercial bank can borrow. No, it should not non-commercial bank. It should be commercial bank. So first is not right. The first statement is not right because it is saying the non-scheduled commercial bank. It should be a scheduled commercial bank. Okay. Now the second is saying SDF is the latest addition to the LAF facility by submitting reverse repo rate as announced in the Statement of Development and Regulatory Policy on April 8, 2020. No, it was done in 19. So right answer. It is also not true. Then the balance held by banks with RBI under SDF shall be eligible SLR asset and shall balance such shall form part of the cash for SLR maintenance. This is true. MSF and SDF shall determine the policy corridor forming a cap flow rates. Correct. So first and second is not true. So right answer will be your A option. First and second are not true. So right answer will be your A option. Okay. Acha, now we have how many questions left? Let me check. Okay, the remaining 4 questions are there. So do make sure you check these questions. I will upload the PDF here. Okay, I will upload the PDF after this class. So do attempt the last 4 questions. Okay, and if you have doubt, you can ask in the next class. So I will be ending the session here because the other faculty already came and they are standing from last 5 minutes to take their studio. So I have to leave now. So the remaining 4 questions you can check on the PDF and do attempt them. And if you have doubt, you can ask. Okay. So let me know how many answers you have given correct. So I have to end in between. So first question is related to the development financial institution that's remaining. Then we have data enable agriculture financing theme about EASE 4.0. Next question is about EASE 1.0. And the next question is about NARCL bad bank. Okay, so these are the questions remaining. So do make sure you attempt them from the PDF. Okay, because I have to leave the studio. I have to vacate the studio. Count nahi kiya. Okay, no issue. So do check once the PDF and do check how many questions you have answered correctly, so that you will analyze how much you remember from the module C. Okay, and we will be meeting in the next class. So we'll ending the session here. And acha, we have a PPB class from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. Hana, so do join the PPB class after this. Okay, chali, take care everyone. See you after 15 minutes, and in the end of the session you will get a feedback page. Do make sure you fill the feedback page. Okay, take care everyone. Bye bye.